All Caps is brought to you by Renegades, the new podcast of Bruce Springsteen and Barack Obama.
1978, Bill Walton, he was in his prime, baby. Oh yeah, I didn't watch basketball, but I knew about it.
Bruce, you can get sports on Paramount Plus. Sports bring Americans together. That's what I did as president. That's what you do with your music.
You following this Tekashi 6ix9ine guy? Welcome to All Caps. Yes, great.
Yeah, All Caps!
Welcome to the homepage where everybody's concerned about the buyout market, the burgeoning buyout market. LaMarcus Aldridge to the Nets. He's washed, is on the move. Blake Griffin was, of course, on the move before that.
Rebuild Love City.
I knew you remembered that. Green, slam down! Old school Blake Griffin.
Rebuild Love City.
Andre Drummond, the greatest rebounder in NBA history by percentage, also on the move. Do his teams win? No. Why? Because rebounding turns out actually not that valuable a skill set when it comes to winning, and also like posting up Andre Drummond a million times a game, you're just not going to win games. Sorry, it doesn't work. But Andre Drummond now with the Lakers, and people are feeling a type of way about it. Our good friend Howard Beck wrote an article that is in line with many articles that have been written lately in which the concerns of small market GMs are amplified because the small market GMs are upset. Here's a quote. "It's a definite concern," says another team executive working in a small market. "Without a doubt, players that are entering the buyout market will only be looking at contending teams, and most of the time, historically, their preference has been to go to teams in the bigger markets. And it gives teams an opportunity to sit back and add players on minimum deals that they normally wouldn't be able to acquire. The system is flawed," says a third small market GM. "You shouldn't be adding to your team this deep in the season without giving things up." This, of course, comes on the heels of a very interesting article by our good friend Kurt Goldsberry about how players are moving to the coasts, the coastal elite teams, Brooklyn, the Los Angeles teams, Miami, all of which is to say to the small market GMs, just shut the fuck up already. I'm so tired of this shit. Just stop it. Stop fucking crying. My job's so hard. How am I going to convince these young men of means to live in my city? I'm sorry that they don't want to. There's no way to legislate that out. A lot of people have like really hard jobs right now that they don't like doing, and they would love to complain about it too. But guess what? You make millions of dollars a year to try and convince people to come to your city, and they don't want to. And I'm sorry that happens, but that's fucking life. Like, is it going to be fair when the draft rolls around for the next 100 years and Sam Presti owns every fucking draft pick? That's just a thing that happened too. Go get some fucking assets and draft picks and stop fucking crying. LaMarcus Aldridge is not going to help you win. He can't move. He's sitting back by the rim, and his guy is shooting 1,000,000 three-pointers, and all he wants to do is post up on the left fucking side of the block and shoot fadeaway fucking mid-range jumpers. Big deal. You could have had that anytime. Now you're upset about it? I'm so sick of you guys. Listen, Milwaukee's nice. It's a beautiful town. San Antonio, beautiful. The Riverwalk is... I don't have anything against these cities that have a rich culture. Oklahoma City, beautiful this time of year. Who wouldn't want to go? But stop crying about it. It's always been like this. In the 80s, it was all the fucking Celtics and the Lakers, and Detroit squeezed out 2 fucking championships. The 90s was all the fucking Bulls. Houston got in there twice when Michael Jordan went to go play baseball. And then it was fucking San Antonio, small fucking market. They dominated for like 12 years, basically. Like, I'm sorry. This is just how it works. If you don't like it, go somewhere else and stop fucking crying about it. I'm so sick of you.
Do you feel bad at all? I think there's 12 NBA teams that haven't won a championship.
So what?
Too high? Okay.
I'm like, the Knicks haven't won it for fucking 400 years. That's life. Get better at it. If you have Anthony Davis for 7-8 years, right, and that's not enough to build a team that goes deep into the playoffs, then you're the fucking problem. Look in the mirror. It's you. You fucked up. Utah is one of the best teams in the league this year. Small market. Stop crying. There's drawbacks everywhere, right? Okay, LA catches fire every year, and there's like a non-zero chance that the entire area could slide into the fucking ocean. New York City, the weather is absolute fucking trash, and it's a constant international terrorist target. Miami, it's like the fucking Zika virus and is there running fucking wild, and it's inside the state of Florida. The entire state of Florida surrounds Miami. Why don't you try that when free agents come? Go ahead, you want to get Zika? Go ahead, go hang out with Pat Riley and his rings. Try that. I don't know. Just stop crying and wasting my time with these articles and fucking quotes. Jesus Christ.
Me and Michelle, we were watching Bridgerton.
Great show. Like Game of Thrones, it's set in the 16th century, but they put the modern music to it. I think that would have improved Game of Thrones. Like, imagine if you would have watched the White Walker guy, and then all of a sudden this pounding guitar comes, oh, thunder roll. I think that would have worked.
Mm-hmm.
You on Instagram? Let's go to the meat. We're recording this on a Wednesday. King Kong versus Godzilla is dropping today, but really the real matchup of the kaijus is Durant versus Rappaport. It brings me no pleasure at all to update you on this story. So the other day, Michael Rappaport leaked. Is it a leak? It's not a leak when you just put it out. Michael Rappaport released his DMs with Kevin Durant. It's just basically Kevin Durant calling Michael Rappaport a bitch, Michael Rappaport saying that Kevin Durant is too sensitive, and also he's not doing anything for the kids in Brownsville, Brooklyn, which is like one of the weirdest non sequiturs I think ever. And also Kevin Durant definitely veers into some toxic homophobic language when castigating Michael Rappaport for his various DM comments. I feel like we're being had here. Like, next week, we're gonna find out that Michael Rappaport and Kevin Durant are launching a podcast. Put money on it, because this feels like a setup. Like, Michael Rappaport is just gonna fucking leak Kevin Durant's DMs. Why? It feels strange to me. Just smell a rat. I smell a setup here. Tons of engagement on this. This is, you watched, they will be launching some kind of project in the near future, and this is just branding. That's all. That was terrible. And then there was Russell Westbrook coming at Stephen A. Smith. First of all, Russell Westbrook had an incredible evening. Yet another triple-double. He had 35, 14, and 21. It's the first 35, 10, 20 in NBA history, which is like, Wilt never did it. Magic Johnson never did it. So then Stephen A. Smith goes on the air and he says the following.
35 points, 14 boards, 21 assists, 14 to 26 shooting from the floor, 4-6 from three-point range, and he did it all without Bradley Beal in uniform. And here's the most amazing part about Westbrook's game last night. I don't give a damn.
Yeah! Wait, that's the most amazing part, is Stephen A. doesn't give a damn?
Because the Wizards just are not very good. They're not going anywhere. You're 17 and 28 in the Eastern Conference, for crying out loud. They're not going anywhere. And this is far from the first time Russell Westbrook has played on a team that has fallen short. He's had talent alongside him his entire career. Don't forget, y'all, Kevin Durant, James Harden.
I'm sorry, but wouldn't this criticism apply to James Harden as well as many other players who also have not won a championship? This is the typical rings culture thing in which we undermine a player's accomplishments because they didn't win a ring. And you know that you've struck a nerve, Steven, when the family members come out first. So Nina Westbrook, Russell's partner, went on Instagram, etc., etc. Respectfully, I'm not a fan of yours. This brings me to Russell being happy. He's doing a lot for his community. Stephen A. Smith, I don't know how many times I have to be minding my own business and randomly be subjected to you slandering my husband, who also happens to be minding his own business, being happy and living his best life. I think it's great. Now, Stephen is doing his job, and he's paid extremely well to do that. In fact, if Stephen wants to donate a percentage of that to charity I call my Venmo, he's welcome to do that anytime. But this was a really weird, like, why are you veering off the road to be like, Russell Westbrook had a triple-double, I don't care? That's the take. Has Stephen A. responded? I think he's responded, right?
It was his wonderful wife. I believe her name is Nina, if I remember correctly.
When Steve is, like, extremely complimentary, I think he got his ankles broke a little bit.
If anybody's expecting me to go at the wife of an NBA player, if you talk about somebody being absolutely defenseless, I'm not going after anybody's wife, anybody's family members, anybody's mamas, or anybody like that. I'm not doing anything like that. I respect them all, and I respect her. And I want to applaud her, because guess what? If I get married...
I'm waiting for the butt. I'm waiting for the butt. I just say I feel it, and it's out there somewhere, and I'm waiting for it.
In regards to what she had to say about me, because she is no fan of mine. And based on my comments yesterday, I don't blame her. Having said all
But I stand by everything I said. It was not good. Just two regular guys.
That's right.
Former president of the United States and one of the most successful musicians in recent memory. Just two normal, down-to-earth renegades bucking the system. That's what we do. And we do that thanks to ZipRecruiter.
Friends of the show.
If you're looking to hire, and we hope you are, just enter promo code RENEGADE. And the one girl, we'll be right back after this. Let's go to the Scroll. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander having a great season. The Oklahoma City Thunder are tanking. They own every draft pick. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a must-pick in daily fantasy for me personally, but also scared of needles. Here he is getting his vaccine. Is it the Moderna? Is it the Pfizer? We don't know. But holding his hand because Shai is scared of needles is our good friend Lou Dort, Haitian hero, lockdown defender, budding star in his own right, here just being a wonderful companion to his teammate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is scared of needles. Let me just say this. Shai, don't look at it. Look at Lou. Look into Lou's eyes. Look into his eyes. Look at your friend. Look at anything else. Look at the fucking ceiling. Don't look at the needle. You look at the needle, it's gonna be worse. And then Lou just, tell him a joke. Just be like, hey, you see that Stephen A shit? Wasn't that fucking crazy? And then boom. It just happens. That's great. Everybody get vaccinated because it's the right thing to do. Shai, I love your relationship with Dort. It's wonderful to have a friend like that. It was great. R.I.P. Lonnie Walker IV. Here's a graphic from Spurs Nation. So Lonnie Walker injured his wrist, and Spurs Nation went with a graphic that made it seem like Lonnie Walker was lost at sea. We just don't know what happened to him. Rest up, Lonnie. Lonnie Walker is expected to be out for a week due to a wrist injury. This does make it look like he 100% died, and Lonnie himself commented on it saying, quote, all this for a wrist. I almost said rip my damn self. I love it, though. It's a fucking incredible crap. Lil Nas X selling Satan shoes. People hated it. Lil Nas X, you released shoes with a drop of blood in it. The mistake you made was showing the swoosh. Nike is now suing you for buying your own shoes and modifying them by somehow putting blood in the sole, which I'll just say this, I don't believe that you actually put the blood in it. Is anybody going to go back and check the stats on that? So I don't believe the blood is in here, but I'll just say this. This is a great way to get PR at work, and you got our good friend Trevor Lawrence, who's soon to be making a big impact in the NFL, saying this. Line has to be drawn somewhere. Shaking my head. Where? What line? What is the line?
Is he a hardcore Christian guy?
I'm going to say yes. This tweet is tell me you're a hardcore Christian guy without telling me you're Let's go to our correspondent, Youth Pastor Colton, on the Lil Nas X Satan shoes.
What's up, everybody? How we doing? Everybody? Just want a quick reminder out there. We're actually going to have a pretty sick bonfire this Friday over at the Turner's house. They've graciously offered their house. And we're going to have some bonfire, just play some music, some Pat Green, some John Mayer. So it would be a real hoot. So just come on out. Hey, I want to quickly talk about one of my favorite Bible verses in Luke. And basically Jesus, he's talking to the Pharisees, right? And he sees that they're being hypocrites about all of this stuff that's going on around them. And he looks at them, turning away the weak, the poor, the broken, the hungry. And he says, line has to be drawn somewhere. Shaking my head. And then he walked away. People in need, we need to look at them and we need to say, line has to be drawn somewhere. Shaking my head. And then we walk away. That's the key, is we walk away after we say those powerful words from our Lord Jesus Christ. So anyways, if everyone could just quickly bow their heads real quick.
Thank you, Pastor Colton. That was great. I'm withholding judgment until I find out if the blood is really in the shoes, because I feel like we might, is this one of those false advertising things? I need to know that there's actually blood in the shoes. Question mark. So that we'll question mark that. On the Atlantic Highway, just driving down to the beach.
I was driving
Hey, I'm
a
so
gremlin.
sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Bruce, do you actually have any? Do you have any?
Hey, who's that?
It's your producer. I'm sorry.
Who's that?
It's your producer. I'm sorry. Do you have actually?
Where are you?
I'm so
Where
sorry.
are you?
I'm so sorry. It's just me. I'm on Zoom. I'm just not showing my video. I just need Bruce to put on some headphones because we actually don't want the sound to bleed through.
Is it my levels? I've been recording for a long time. I know what I'm doing.
Very long.
When I get in the studio and I plug in, I know what I'm doing.
Do you have health care?
Your levels sound great, and I'm so sorry, Mr. President. I do have healthcare, and your levels sound fantastic. I just need you to put on some headphones because of this.
And fix your hair pretty. Are you rolling on this, Jesse?
We've been rolling for quite some time.
Just keep it going. This is where the magic happens.
I just need you to find some headphones, please, Mr.
Bruce,
Springsteen.
you know
this
we
is
wanted
all
to bring
unusable.
in.
This is all not usable.